Great Gods War prior events. And encompassed into the middle of it, you see a feminine figure locked in the middle of this topaz. But you can't forget your mother's face. But whatever you decide, if you want to save your friend, you need to find one of these Omni Stones. In the course of the remainder 2 days to make it to the Silver Spire Mounts, Gopher, you lost an additional 2 maximum hit points. There's a slight rumbling. You start to hear large trudgings of footsteps. There's an Orcish voice that speaks out in Orcish.
These guys, nah.
Drawing out Wildheart. Delve into this state. Great Gods War Call.
Rexer is here.
So charming. Ryder Hopkins.
I'm Zakaris. I'm here.
Living on borrowed time, Felix.
And Gopher as Gopher.
And I am your DM. Welcome back to Misrolled Adventures, where the players make plans and horribly execute them.
I think we managed to not do that this time.
I disagree with Zakaris being 1v15, but we have a guest with us.
20!
You know, it was 15. It was technically 14, but beside the point. Jacqueline will not be able to play with us for some time. House reworks and stuff like that, so they're not going to be able to essentially play until closer to October, maybe the end of October. So we have a guest with us, one of our friends here, Emily.
Are you?
Good. So
I made a friend?
You have a friend. It's rare.
It's rare, Max.
I like her already.
So we will be introducing her character once they show up in current circumstances. So, where we last left off, the party had finished off a group of bullets, and through the help of a orcish individual in solid plated armor by the name of Tofi, they started to break apart some of the bullets' casings, so that way they can create shoes or shoe caps that allow them to essentially forego the perception of these bullets as they are seeing them through walking on top of the ground. So by putting on these shellings, they'd be able to kind of sound at least somewhat similar to bullets while walking. In the middle of this, however, they quickly buried the bullets after taking a singular large plate because Rex went further north and found a group of roving orcs heading in their general direction. Some playing drums, others with several instruments, and of varying sizes. After quickly burying one, the rest of the group went into Tofi's cave, where he camouflaged it using a small drape that had a lot of foliage on it. Jacqueline and Gopher, however, stayed down to assist Zakaris in burying the final bullet. Except instead of aiding in burying the bullet, they both just went invisible and stood there against the wall, prepared for potential worse events to occur, which later did occur. It went on fine. Zakaris was able to bury the bullet, except that the orcs then started to immediately emerge right around here, very quickly noticing Zakaris and very quickly chasing him down this general hallway. It was not going well until he was trying to flee, until Gopher decided that this is a moment where he needs to call upon Wildheart, his long sworded blade, and become Wildborn for about a moment, and shoot a bolt of lightning through probably about half of them. With that, combat then soon ensued. Jacqueline spoke out briefly about how the orcs were turning to Tofi, insulting him for about a moment, and there was general misconduct between the two. After defeating the orcs and barely rescuing Zakaris, who was being dragged off by an orc, that's where we're coming to. So, everyone, as you are currently kind of separated here, you can see that Rex, Ryder, and Zakaris are off in the distance. The rest of you are kind of just here, pooled between an entire column of bodies, blood poured out onto the floor, mixing with the dirty road itself. Part of the bullet is slightly being lifted up as well because of the fact that the dirt was only a 5-foot layer directly on top of it. And that's where we are.
I'm gonna go loot the bodies.
Okay. I mean, that's going to take some time, especially if you're going through
Correct.
all these people. So what's everyone else doing? Well, immediately following this, Randall starts climbing down from up here to make their way down towards the bodies.
Do we kill the orc that ran away?
Yeah, you got all the orcs.
Oh,
And did you say an orc was dragging away Asparagus?
He was, but then he was killed.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
is he still being dragged away? No, I thought we saved him. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll also help with the looting, but I want to focus more on like their shoes. See if they have those like bullet type shoes or whatever.
Okay. Going up to them, if you're only looking at the shoes, then don't make an investigation check because you can just easily check that. Felix, make a...
How rude.
Because I've been going back to look at the other episodes to get some things.
Teasing you.
So go ahead, Felix, and roll in...
17.
Okay. Why is this not done?
It's disgusting.
What?
There we go. Okay.
You calling my 17 disgusting?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that too. But
So it's going to take quite a while. Ryder, you quickly realize that those orcs that are around you are wearing kind of just flat-ended shoes, nothing extraordinary out of the ordinary themselves. Some here or there have straps to go across their feet, but if you're looking for anything that could relate to the bullet's texture, you're not finding anything like that.
Wow.
Anybody else doing anything while this is happening? Tofi, after just kind of picking himself up, well, this has turned to shit real fast. We can't stay here. So,
Who's near Tofi right now?
I mean, I need to put him in. I just realized he's not standing.
Get your character out. Come on, you guys.
Because I know I'm not near him.
Oh,
I'm technically walking. Who is that guy?
This is Tofi.
Oh, you finally got a Ko-Fi model?
Yeah.
I got confused because I wasn't Ko-Fi last time.
Nope, it wasn't, but it is now.
Okay.
So, as he's just looking over the rest of these bodies, we are not going to be able to cover this up. I know where they were going, but what's your plans? You're looking for the stone or something. If the orcs have it,
Correct.
this orcish tribe have it, they probably have it at their main camp.
Oh,
I would imagine.
do you know where that is?
Yes.
We're the strangers in this land.
I It's a very long story. I actually have planned to go up there myself as well, because I need to get something back. The issue is that I haven't been there for well over a few years. And when I was a family member of our old tribe, the Iron Forge tribe, we were nearly 100 strong. When we were assimilated to the Storm Force tribe, it nearly doubled. So there is a vast amount of force in this Orcish group. 15 here, 14 here is only scratching the top of this barrel. And I have not seen any of my kin casting magic. So clearly it's been changed over the several years.
I'm
So-
be asking,
Yeah.
what happened between you and your tribe? Why you?
I'll explain that when we get somewhere else. Because if they were leaving, then the Orcish settlement that they use for recon and everything is trying to switch out roles. If that's the case, they're going to wonder why they're not here and report back to the main encampment. So we can...
How long do we have?
It's only a few miles up this road. I'm guessing that's why they were dragging your friend. We need to hurry, because we can either... We need to stop them from informing the main group, because if the main group knows, then they're sending 100 at least out to find us. And then we're dead.
Okay, how do we do that?
We have to go to the Orcish settlement. Or the encampment.
Outsiders?
What was that?
Do they mind outsiders?
Yes. They will try to kill us.
No, I'm saying, do they mind us coming to your settlement?
This
they
isn't my
welcome us?
settlement. This is their settlement. They have a reconnaissance route, like, encampment, and then they have the main home. So
And which one are we
Oh.
going to?
we can't go to the main home, because if we do, and the recon group sends someone to inform them, then we're going to die. So we need to stop the recon group before they do this. Does that making sense?
Yes.
Yes, I'm just clarifying because I think I've got the roads backwards. These ones were coming from the main camp.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So little
Up that
backwards.
road, when they came down, when your friend Rex, I think that's he introduced himself to me. When they were coming down from the main camp, it's several
Okay.
miles that way as well,
Okay.
upwards. But we can't stay here if they send someone, because we have probably about 30 minutes before the other group realizes that the others aren't coming.
Ooh, so what would they do then? They would send
They would send reconnaissance as well.
So we're attempting to ambush the reconnaissance before it leaves the camp.
I say we should ambush the camp before they send people.
That is what I just said.
Well, I'm saying we go there, not ambush them around here.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Like
Then
we're
yes,
going.
I agree
we're
with you.
we're gonna be like waiting on the other side of the gates with a big club, essentially. To put it
Sure.
in very blunt terms.
I've taken a look over there. What's everyone else doing, by the way, while everyone is kind of discussing?
I mean, I'm
Uh,
looting.
Well, yeah, I know you're
Yeah,
looting. You're still talking while looting. It's just going to take some time.
I'm pretty like, I don't know how far I am. I forgot. I'm making my back to regroup
You
and
should
trying
you
to
should be
recover
right around
myself.
Here.
Here,
The-
right?
The
Where
way
you
at?
people should be.
I'm pretty sure I was helping Zacchaeus, so I was like up here.
Maybe. I don't remember from last episode.
I was chasing the other Orcus.
Right, I
Yeah,
know
that's
you
all.
were, because you could
It's all-
move fast.
I went really
Me
far,
and Rex
so-
were the two chasing. I was on the
You were on the
hilltop.
tops, yeah.
Yeah, and Rex
Oh,
was down.
Okay.
Everyone else was back.
Well, what are you all doing that are off towards Zakaris? Zakaris, you are drastically injured.
Yo, I'm just taking it easy. I don't really want to fuck around too much.
Okay.
Can I make a perception of like the direction we're at right now? Like when I was chasing the orc.
What are you trying to
Or-
glean? Just trying to like keep a general ear out, or
Yeah.
okay, yeah, make a perception check. Felix, after kind of investigating the bodies and searching through them, they have pitter-patterings amount of gold. In total, you from all 14 of them, you do acquire 136 gold pieces.
Give me a second.
And then you also you find several weapons of crude behavior. Lots of lace shoes. They don't have any silver or copper on them, oddly enough. And you do find on one of the ones that had blighted gopher, there is a minor healing potion.
Sorry, I got 17.
17? Okay.
How many staves do they have?
Staves?
Yeah.
There are 2 staves, quarter staffs.
And they just look plain.
Yeah, they don't look. They look almost like they were ripped from a tree.
And how much gold did they get?
There's 136 in total.
Okay.
17. You're keeping a close listening out. You're just kind of lulled over, paying more attention to the given atmosphere that's around you, especially after the recent excursion. And you're not noticing anything odd. There's in the distance like creaks and craws from animals, but other than that, you're not noticing any. You're not noticing any drum beats or anything like that.
Alright.
Suddenly, all at once, you hear 25 separate drums.
Where did I throw my phone? Oh, I put my dice tower on top of it.
I mean, you gotta keep that. You gotta keep your tower sturdy.
Clearly. So, what's everyone's plan? Tofi and Felix are in consensus, it seems.
So we have 30 minutes to do this, though, correct?
Around that time, yeah, I'm sure. They like to keep a very strict routine. That's why I generally was hidden up here, so that way I could watch their patterns and learn. They only recently built this other settlement.
Do you
About
know how
how
big-
many do you think are gonna be there?
Probably around 20.
That's gonna be hard.
Let's get a short rest in before we go.
We don't
So I
have the
can-
time.
So I can do lightning. No, shit.
Oh, speaking of which, after a minute, go for your hair just starts to fade downwards, and the lightning speckles inside of it just dwindle. You can feel your entire body becoming lethargic, and like it's just that vision of standing under a gazebo type area in a very large plateau meadow fades, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Let's do 13.
13. You feel that lethargic energy just wash over you. You have one level of exhaustion after your effect.
Okay.
Good. I'm down to ambush for the ambush plan. But how about everybody else?
I mean, the main problem is we're all pretty much got nothing. We've
Also-
blown through all our skills and magic.
How far is it again? I'm sorry.
It's
just not
about
here.
3 miles, so it would take us probably about 15 minutes to get there.
DM, how long is a short rest?
Roughly about like an hour.
Oh, okay.
Telling us the settlement has at least 20 orcs in it.
Generally, I haven't seen, I don't know the specifics, but I know that if they're sending like 14, at least half of the group would have been leaving. So if
If they were to send out a recon, how much would they send out for a recon?
they would send the whole group, they would send maybe 18 and only keep a few left there.
Maybe we should try this instead. Let the recon head out and find them, but then while that happens, we'll attack the camp instead when it's not defended at all and destroy the supplies.
What?
Is there any way to sneak in to the camp?
That's not the problem. We don't need to destroy their supplies.
Well, yes, but
The main problem is that the recon's going and telling the main camp, and then we have the main camp on our asses.
It's not going to matter once the recon doesn't report back anyway.
yeah, no matter if the recon doesn't report back, then they would know things up.
Yeah.
Yes, but there's a difference between them sending out scouts and sending out an army.
They generally send out more scouts than there is at the camp bit. I don't want to fight a big group like we just did.
Right.
All right.
So, like,
What if we do this? There's those bullet bodies, right?
Yeah.
If we go attack the group after they send their recon, we bring we
The
clean
corpse of the
some
bullet.
of this, right? We clean some of this. We leave out a bullet to show, hey, they were attacked. And then we drag the other one, which is gonna be hard, to the other camp after they send their recon to attack them, leaving the bullet there.
and make him think that the a
Bullet
gang
attack.
of bullets attacked. And then they killed
I
one, but then the
don't
rest got
think
killed.
the second one is gonna work because we already pulled off the back of one of them.
Not to mention that the wounds are going to be.
Wait, didn't
different.
we attack 3 bullets though?
No, we
But we
attacked
only
two.
had 2
Yeah,
bodies.
only 2.
Oh, okay. I thought we attacked 3.
No, it was 2.
I thought one got away.
Is there a way to lure the bullets out?
Walking. We can make more
Yeah.
show up, I guess.
Yeah, we can force their recon team out and make
Oh.
them try to get the bullets to attack them.
Going to be a lot harder than it is because it's still a gamble if they do come out or not.
Yeah.
Correct.
And timing it's gonna be like impossible.
Yeah. Well, if it's just the recon team, the main army won't know about it.
What if we bring the bullets to the camp?
Like we make them chase us there.
Yes.
We still
you
have
could
the
try it.
plate. Instead of, because even with the plate, I'd only be able to make a few sets that would only temporarily work anyways.
Oh,
Can I see the plate?
it's up in your house.
All right, he climbs up, pulls back the drape, Goes inside. There's some rummaging for a
He's still
second.
tied to the rope.
Oh, it would still be tied to the rope? Oh, right, because
Yeah,
you dragged
like-
it up. That's right.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's like, I got it in. We closed the door.
Right. Okay. Well, he gets the plate, comes down. He places the plate down, draws out this massive warhammer. At the end of it, it looks like it has a forge, like a forged symbol into it, and he crashes it down on top of the on the plate, and you can see it like shatter into several different degrees around it, and he just keeps hitting and hitting until there's this thin layer of flattened out bullet plate. Takes 2 shards, kind of like gets some twine and puts them together. I can make a call. I've lived in the mountains my entire life. Lived with these bullets my entire life. They have a certain sound to speak to another through the earth. And if we use them, it's going to bring at least probably 1, maybe 2, because this is a sign for a mating call. And I'm not going to do it here.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
I say it's probably our best shot.
Because the recon group is going to see this, right? They're going to see all this. If we leave the bullet that we took the plate from underground, we open up the one that was generally still alive and in full pieces, then we can go to the camp. The camp might assume that they were attacked by bullets, and then they go to the main camp to report the damage. While they're reporting, we have roughly 2-3 hours, take care of the camp, and then the camp, or the settlement, and then we bring bullets there while they sent recon.
Sounds good. Good plan. A good plan.
So we're gonna rest. We're gonna take on the camp, and then we're gonna bring the bullets there after that.
I think you don't have time to rest because you say it's like 30 minutes for them.
30 minutes to get there. Well, it'll take
Oh.
15 to 20 minutes to get there, but with the work that we have to put in here, it's easily going to take probably about 40 minutes. We have, well, not 40 minutes to do the initial plan of dragging a bullet over there, but to bury and then unbury, it's going to take us a few, with this many bodies, if we're just going to try to put half back under, it's going to take us probably a good 10 minutes.
If all of us helps, right?
If all of us help, it'll get done much faster.
Wait, to bury the bodies?
If we're burying half of them to make them think that they only sent a small group, and then...
I turn around and I look at the giant hole we made, that the bullets made that one time. Can we just put them in there?
I thought we
It
filled
was
that hole
filled
got
up
covered,
because Zacchaeus used
Yeah.
Move Earth to meld their way up rather than climbing, because the walls were wet from your fucking decanter of
Geyser.
water.
I mean,
I could also just
It was-
use mold earth to make another hole.
yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, that's how you bury the bullets anyways.
Yeah.
It would take like
Yeah.
30 seconds to dig a deep hole. So
There you go.
Do I still have the shovel?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Alright.
The shovel.
Okay,
I
so spending a few minutes to unbury the bullet, which would be this one over here that you left.
That was way over here.
That was the one that you took the plate from.
Okay. Okay.
So-
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Leaving the normal bullet.
I got a minor potion of healing, correct?
Yep.
What is that categorized as?
It's just called Potion of Healing.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you're
Son of
using
a
D&D
bitch.
Beyond, and minor potion of healing I keep going to because of Skyrim.
Son of a bitch.
So, unburying the bullet. Using that hole to bury some of the orcs, and then using some magic to bury some other ones, you get to a point where you have left out enough of these bodies to where it could possibly look like a animalistic attack of sorts. Since Zacchaeus is using magic to kind of bury and set up this scene, Zacchaeus, make a make a deception check with advantage.
Oh,
Boy.
my strong point. Just kidding.
I'm also shoveling. Do I not help?
I think that's an
that would be-
advantage.
12?
12. Okay. It looks all right. The difficulty is the fact that you're setting up a group of orcs to have been killed by a singular bullet, so it already kind of looks fishy. But it looks like it could deceive orcish people, maybe.
Well, let's make a few other holes.
That's a good
Make
idea.
it look like they left.
The only downside is I can only move cubes of earth, so there's going to be these big fucking square holes everywhere.
And that's why we have Ryder with the shovel to make it more circular.
Oh,
Shovel.
All right. Spending a few more minutes, you definitely can create some more cylindrical tunnelways and everything like that to kind of give the more appearance that they were attacked by more of a group. What's your plan now? Are you guys going to hide and wait for the recon, or are you going to go
straight to the camp.
to the camp?
So,
I say
how
go
would the
straight to the
recon
camp.
work if they sent it Tofi? Would they send like one or two,
No, if they
or
Well-
would they send out like sort of like a spread? Like one guy goes north, one guy goes west.
They would send a
Sorry.
spread. They would send a few to go in at least each of the different roadways, because there's several that can make it back to the camp. If
So we don't want to let them get out. We'd like to keep as few of them getting out as possible.
I'm not sure. I know you guys are tired. We don't really have time to use that. We could. So if they go from the encampment to the main camp, in the different areas, it's going to take still some time. It's only 15 minutes to get from there to here. It's still another hour up the path. So if we let them see this and they go report it to the main camp, we still have 2 hours before we can expect reinforcements.
All right.
So
That
is our
works.
hope that, say, the group that, say, the one or few that come down this road, we take them out and let the ones going on the other roads be the ones that make it to the main camp?
No, because if they make it to the main camp, because right now it looks like an animal circumstance. So if they go and report that to the main camp, they're not going to send a full army. They're just going to send re-garrisoned troops.
Okay. So what we're hoping for is them to find this now.
Yes. So realistically, we don't need to do anything with the recon. We go there, and if anything, we should attack it while they send the recons, because then there's less
Yes.
people there.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree with that.
Okay. So then here's my question that we need to finally determine, because it's gone a bit back and forth in our plans. Are we going to bring the bullets as we attack?
I'd say we could. Yeah. If,
Because, I mean, as long as we're careful, they're, to put it simply, they're a neutral, or they're aggressive third party to everyone. So if we're careful about staying away from them, they will target the orcs.
Right. At this time,
Which
Jacqueline comes
will
up.
somewhat
Oh, go ahead.
bolster our numbers.
Jacqueline comes up. I'm worried that if they send...
I'm your accent.
I'm worried that if they send recon out, then perhaps they're going to find our ship. I'll go back, and if someone shows up, me, Bina, Quinn, will be able to manage at least the one.
Okay.
Yeah. As long
Get
as
rid
the
of
one,
Jacqueline.
then you guys can handle it then.
And then they'll stop. They won't know about our location. If things get hairy, come back to the ship. We can take off again and reposition.
Are we within distance of message from
No.
the ship here?
God no. It's gonna take like a good hour for Jacqueline to get back to the ship.
Okay. Son of a bitch, I wish someone had sending right now.
That is a high level spell.
No, it's not. It's third.
Sending? Isn't that third?
Yeah, it's only third.
Yeah, and no wizard knows it, so. Beside the point, Jacqueline starts heading off. She takes some of the plates, and Tophi constructs just a remedial, quick kind of sound that attaches to her shoes, so that way when she walks, it leaves this like scraping sound across the ground.
Okay.
And she heads off. All right. Well, we're burning daylight here. If we want to
Yes.
get there before they find them, then we need to get going now. Go
Is
off
there
the
another
beaten
path?
path.
Is there another path we could take besides the main road to get to that encampment, you think?
If we go up the main road, we can go across the side, and there's a small kind of like outcropping. I have another place there. I've had to build several. This one's more of an emergency place for if I were to be running. But
And you sure no one else knows about it?
I'm certain nobody knows about it.
Okay. Then let's take
Is
that
there
way.
a way to make
Th-
this take
let's head there right
roughly
now,
an
then.
hour?
Like you said.
Take less than an hour?
No. Because I can get back up to snuff within an hour.
What?
All I need.
Talk about a short rest, I think.
Yeah, he's talking about short rest.
Oh.
If we wanted to take more time, but the more time that we take here,
The
the
recon will
further
show
the
up and maybe we'll
recons
get
will
back.
go. Yeah, the recons that go will probably make it back by that point.
And then less
They'll
of a
make it
chance.
back.
It'll give us less time to attack that camp ourselves. The more time we have, the better to set up.
Yep.
The faster we get there, the more time we have to fight whoever's at that camp.
Feel like we're trying to work this out slightly differently, but we're focusing on different parts. But let's just go. Let's
All right.
start walking.
Tophi takes the lead as he's kind of directing you guys towards the general location that you're trying to get to. And there's a moment where he comes to a crossing. To the right of him, there it goes upwards towards a small, like, kind of loft and kind of goes above your view of horizon. And down towards the base of it, where you're currently standing, there's this rocky kind of setup. There's a small divot into the ground where there was possibly a campsite set up, long since abandoned. But against the wall, he goes up towards this massive planked rock and slides it over, just when he does, there's a singular, like, 10-foot space inside that is dark and pretty unlivable if you were to stay here for too long. But you can also see when he pulled the rock to the side, there's a small sigil that's glowing underneath where the rock was placed. Alright, this is where we're gonna hide. We'll be able to hear them if they send out a few people.
That spell that's connected to the rock there.
It returns the rock to... It slides the rock back. And if anyone else tried to move it, they probably wouldn't be alive after.
Okay. Alright.
Alright. So we're hiding in here then.
Everyone
So
goes
walk
inside,
in.
I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Going inside, it's a little cramped between the, 7 of you? But after a little bit of time, the rock closes, and it's pitch black. Tofi immediately kind of just like lights a torch, hangs it on a single digit that's in the wall. It's very rudimentary. It was clearly not meant to necessarily hold one. It looks more man-made. And some time starts to pass. As time passes, you start to hear some footsteps outside. Trudging along through. They're grumbling. You can definitely tell that they are speaking in Orc. Looks to be about 2 people.
That was Jacqueline too.
Yep, only one that could understand Orc was Jacqueline.
Oh shit.
But after some time, footsteps get quieter, and then it's silence. Alright. This is when we need to leave.
Right.
Alright. He pushes the rock, and it just kind of slides out without having to use any of his physical strength to. And he directs everyone out. The rock then soon closes.
How long did it take us to get there from where we were?
To get to here from where you were, this is probably about like 12-ish minutes or so.
Okay.
Closer to 10.
And
It'll
how
take a
long
few
did
minutes.
we wait in the cave?
You waited for about another 10 minutes.
I feel like everyone's trying to figure out what I was figuring out. Like,
No, you did not acquire a short rest.
Oh no. I'm trying to determine how long we got until they'd be like, oh, something happened here, and then they'll go back and report it right away.
They
If it
won't go
took them
back
only,
to the
like-
camp.
if it-
They'll continue.
Yeah, no, if it
towards-
took them 12 minutes to get there, it would take them 12 minutes from now to get to where we were.
Right.
And then they'd be like, oh, shit, and then they'll walk back, obviously. So now we have like about 30-ish minutes until they show up at the encampment, maybe.
no.
If we know how long that takes.
Well, they're gonna travel. To my understanding, this is what I would do. Granted, I don't know what their plans are. I don't know what plans might have changed in the few years. But if they were to find something here, they would report it to the main home, not go back to the recon.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have
They're gonna
a good
go.
hour or two at the very least.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then let's get going then.
All right. It's
About
just
how long
up this
of a
hill.
walk it?
Only a few minutes.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're not getting a short rest in.
You can't blame me for trying, though.
I can, and I have. So, who's taking the lead going up this hill? Is Tofi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Topi.
We don't know the land.
I fall right next to him, I guess.
Okay.
I'm staying in the middle this time.
Going.
Be in the
Here.
front, be in the front and the back. I'm not getting attacked by another thingy about Baba.
Okay. Going up to this area, when you kind of crest over the top, you can see that it goes into like a more like divot into the ground, and it's very wide and expansive. There are several tree stumps. They seem to have been cut and brought down to use for lumber or whatever necessary use. The main thing that catches your eye is this fairly wide expanse of wooden junts that go up into the air with a pointed top, and it circles around an area. You can see inside of it there's about 3 tents. There's some small fires that are like coming up from smoke, and that's...
I would assume it's a perception check to see bodies.
Well, I'm going to move you guys over here. This is what it looks like.
Oh.
And a white line has emerged out of nowhere.
I wonder who line is color.
So first we take Brewery here. First we'll go here, then we go.
Oh my god, I will end all of you.
So
Don't end us
where's
for
direction? Are we the south of this area or?
So you're on this side. You're still about 150 feet away. You're still at the crest and kind of still staying semi-low to that point. The walls themselves lift upwards about 20 feet, so it's difficult to kind of see into it. You can just see the tops of
The spikes.
of the tents, and the gate looks more like it was rudimentarily made by taking a tree trunk, laying it on its side, tying some twine to the sides. And...
Is it similar to the bandits camp?
Oh god, that was so long ago. No, that one looked way worse than this.
Okay.
That one could have fallen apart from a single sword swing. This still looks like it could be semi-imperative.
It relatively looks like just like a giant door.
Yes. From your angle, though, you can see inside, and there is several orcish entities.
Before you continue on, do we need to make stealth checks?
Yeah, make stealth checks.
Oh, there we go. Finally, a decent roll, ish.
Put 2 of them. What's everyone's
Well, at
stealth
least
checks?
I'm consistent. I rolled another 15 or 13, so 15.
All right.
24.
A total of 20.
I'm not liking the numbers I see.
What,
Appearing on
24?
this map.
And then you
Oh,
also,
the map.
So you can see several orcs. There are 2. One's looking with light crossbows. They're looking in several directions, just kind of keeping general eye out. You can see this also has the snap grid, so you can actually use the snap tool to estimate your distance to things. By the way, there are some who are working on whatever's cooking. They are all weapons at their sides and shields and everything.
Good.
Do we see any like figures inside the camps?
You can't see anything inside the tents. These are only the people that are outside. They seem to be doing some tending to work, and they seem to be a little on
Or like
edge.
10
You're dead to me. But you also see, tied to one of these posts, is a fairly small entity. And getting any depictions from this distance is really hard to see.
Which one? Which post?
It would be this one.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
I just maybe this one.
Jordan,
maybe
turn
kind
your
of
light.
just
You're dark.
characters.
But that's what you see from this general space. And what's everyone's stealth checks again?
17.
I am the
27.
lowest with 15.
Oh. All right, everyone's very stealthy.
Not me. I got 14. That's still okay. But still. That's the best one I got per day. Okay.
Repeat that again, Jordan.
Yeah, your
you
fucking
went robot.
audio turned into
14.
psychedelic drug trips.
14.
14.
Also, Chris, you sound so depressed when you roll.
What'd you say?
You said when you say you roll, you sound so depressed while you roll.
Tofi is not being very stealthy. When he kind of crests up, his plate armor sticking to the ground, and several rocks just kind of tumble out, and metal jingling out to the side.
Ching, 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 like
Did he
I look at him like, oh god.
He definitely rolled a 3, so...
Oh, good!
My God.
As he does, though, you can see that the light
5 arrows fly
crossbowmen
into him.
on the watchtower on this side don't seem to be noticing anything going on. So what's your guys' plan?
So, how are we gonna get the bullets charging with us? If we're gonna do that.
They're not going to charge with us. If we use this call, they're going to show up. So we want to be in there when we use it.
Okay, so it's not like the play. So they're not gonna come up, start chasing us. And
We
go
can't
to the
outrun
camp.
them. We cannot outrun them. They will catch us.
Okay,
I could.
that is information I did not have about them before.
They're very
can-
fast.
Okay,
I can
so
cast.
we get in camp first.
I can cast invisibility on someone. They can go into the camp with the call and play it in there.
Do you know how the call works? It would have to be me that goes in.
Then I'll give you invisibility. You'll go in, do the call, and we'll hope for the
Alright.
best.
At this point, he
You'll
starts
have to
unbuckling
be-
his heavy plate armor, so that way he can be stealthy.
Are you ready?
You can see after like a good minute or two of him unbuckling several plated parts, the metal piece just kind of falls off the front, and he takes it, slides it onto the ground.
Do you have any other armor, by the way?
Can use it as a makeshift shield. But no,
Hang
So
on.
you ready now?
as ready as I can be.
I grab up my DOS loot.
Do we have the spare leather armor in your bag, Ryder?
No, I don't.
No. Okay, we got rid of that armor.
I have an old set of leather if it would fit him.
He's much larger than you.
Really?
He is an 8-foot tall orcish man.
Hey,
He weighs more than you, Zacharias.
Oh.
anything would be
That's a
helpful
lot.
for him.
That's ain't a lot.
Let's be.
Oh.
Alright. Alright, then I'm gonna take out my DOS loot and play one tiny note and cast invisibility on him. A quiet one, I don't want them to hear me.
Hitting the string, it resonates out. No, he goes invisible, starts to like fade from his lower half upwards and mixing to the rest of his body, and you can start seeing some footsteps going in that general direction.
I'm gonna find a place to hide now. That's not like an open view site.
Okay.
Like, and away
you
from
can,
the
you
road.
can get off to the sides,
Yeah.
but there's
okay.
not really any cover because all the trees have been cut. So the moment you start to run down here, you're gonna be noticed.
Are we
And-
not gonna try to stay relatively in line for the run? Because as soon as he hits the thing, aren't we charging?
Yeah,
We're
I'm
gonna
getting.
follow behind the bullets. I'm not gonna charge forward first. I'll
The
tell you
bullets
that.
are going to be in the camp. Because we can't outrun them, even if they were in front of us. So he's sneaking inside right now.
So yeah, would the bullets like this come from the ground or from the road, Tyler?
You don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So
They when they came to attack you, they came from under your foot.
yeah. So If they came from the road, I don't want to be in the way. We don't know if they're going to come from the ground or not. This way, just be safe.
I mean,
Or
let's
else
get off the
just
road a
find that their
little bit
prisoner
then to be
just stuck
safe,
there.
but let's not get too far off.
Just curious, what do you say again?
Their prisoner is just there, and we're okay unleashing these bullets upon a person who probably can't defend themselves right now.
We'll go save that person, if anything. but-
I have enough spells. I think I can focus on getting to them and helping them.
So,
Which
Emily.
reminds me,
as
Sakaris, do you want a potion?
Let me talk.
I probably do.
Thank God for that advantage on stealth. He really needed that.
I mean, I hope he gets a. Oh, did you roll 2 at once? Thank God.
Yeah, I rolled 2 at once. Emily, as your arms are bound behind the back of this post, your mouth is gagged, and you're kind of just like nodding off from sheer boredom from being here for a few days, you hear a voice in the left of your ear where there is no one standing. Are you okay?
Bro, you okay?
Mhm. Ugh. I mean, I'm gagged, so I can't really say anything. Just,
You look in that general direction and... Right.
Our intelligent orc.
We're gonna try to attack the camp. And I would rather you not be here for it. So... We're gonna be bringing some pretty big things here.
My dick.
Don't run yet, but I'm gonna untie you. And he goes behind the post. You can't really tell anything, but he starts untying some of it. Just makes it extremely loose. You can feel your arms immediately kind of like fall down from the weight, but they're not fully gone. And he starts to untie the gag in a similar fashion. You can feel it kind of just like loosen from your mouth. You feel like if you pushed it with like your tongue or something, it would just fall off.
okay. And the second the gag falls off, the spider crawls out of my mouth.
Okay, so when it comes down a little bit, the spider just kind of like crawls out of your mouth up to your shoulder. You hear an audible from behind you.
What?
God damn it.
Okay.
It's another one of these, huh? Just like with that snake.
Oh, yeah.
You want to know the best part about all this?
Oh,
My plan was to give Zakaris 2 potions and then go invisible into the camp
oh.
to do this exact same shit.
So you're going invisible. I need you to make an invisible. You make a stealth check with advantage.
I haven't. I
would have made the same noise.
Because I gotta give Zakaris the potions.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can hand them to him. It takes like 6 seconds.
I'm
This is all happening like side to side.
I'm giving Zakaris 2 of my 8 potions.
Okay, so you have 2 potions of minor healing.
Great.
Potions of healing.
Whatever.
It's not whatever.
It's minor.
Because you said both. I was looking for one.
I don't care. So now make a stealth check with advantage, since you're going invisible. When you do this, though, I need you to make a wild magic check.
That was what I was about to ask. I'm like, where's the wild magic?
Yeah, no, I need you to do that. Riders doesn't trigger because it's from a magic item.
Fireball.
I mean, I knew that. I was very confused where mine was going. Yeah, I think I'm good on wild magic.
Oh, that was so close. That was super close.
All right.
Kinda wish I had that for my stealth check.
So now roll with advantage for your stealth.
19.
Okay.
I got-
As you're going towards this, some of the orcs, as you kind of like walk past, they like stop, look around, One of them scratches his armpit and goes back to doing whatever he was doing.
Smells it.
Tickle it with like a tree branch.
When you pass past this orc, you can tell that she is gearing up several weaponry and is fully assessing their gear. Going towards this cooking spit, you can tell that whatever is on there looks to be a feral creature. You can hear, you can't tell the number, but you can hear other voices coming from inside each of these tents.
Can I see how many are in each tent?
Sure, yeah, you can walk in. This tent
I'm not going to walk in.
Well, no, I know, but go towards it so you can see inside of it. This one has 3 entities sitting inside of it. One looks to have a quarterstaff. Another one has a fairly large, big blade, and another one doesn't seem to have anything. This one has 5 entities in it, each of varying weaponry and classification. 2 of them have tribal marking tattoos going down, and this one has 2, both of which look to be on the ground and resting.
So there's still more than boy-faced. Shit. Well, I'm going to the prisoner.
Okay, going up to it.
Do I run into Tofi?
Not yet. Emily, would you like to describe what Felix finds?
So when you come over, you're going to see a 6-year-old, very young, short person. He's very pale. He has really black hair, jet black hair, and a spider sitting on his cheek at the moment. You can see he's wearing spiked leather outfit, and he has a little holster on his side and a longsword on his back. He doesn't look to be very capable of anything, pretty tiny. Yeah, pretty small person right there.
Tyler.
So,
what is it with you and us getting in with fucking young people?
This is my problem.
She came to me with this character. I didn't tell her.
Oh, great. Now we have child endangerment.
This is the
3.
second... This is also the second character that they've involved themselves with that has been prepubescent. So...
Oh.
We have Heist 3. Child endangerment.
Oh man! Did someone
Heist
say
3.
heist?
Somebody say hi.
Heist 3 of Orcish proportion.
No, they're always named after the crime.
Anyways, when you go up to this child bound, you can see that some of the bindings look really loose, and a spider immediately just emerge out from the gag of the child's circumstance, and you hear an audible from behind.
I'm gonna carefully walk up and whisper, "Bye."
Caught me off guard. We can't.
Okay.
They're going to leave, at least from my understanding, once everything kicks off. Because obviously, running now is not going to go very well.
Don't. I look at all the gear again. I think they may be able to handle themselves. I don't know if they'll run.
I'm talking about the child. I don't care if they run. I don't think that they are.
I'm looking at the child too. The child has more shit than we do.
He's gonna smirk.
Beside the point, I'm going to go somewhere else and do this.
Yeah, you walk to the right. I'm on your left.
So your
know, you
left
just know
or my
the-
right?
You
Your
know, you
left,
just know-
my right, or your left, and then my left. So that way we don't. Because if I go left, you go right, then we're just gonna hit each other.
Yes.
I am on your right. Go left.
Got it.
Bam! You lied to me.
Slam into the wall. Okay.
So
Speaking of which, we can probably
assume
put Felix in here. Probably
and
important.
Tofi.
Yeah, probably important. Boop. Boop.
Oh, not where I assumed I was. I assumed I was like we were.
Oh no,
here.
that's where Tofi was, just to unbind
Yeah,
it.
so I assume I'm here.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to be taking his place as he leaves.
Oh, that's right, because the turn order's gone. All right.
Or I'll probably whisper to the child like, "What's your plan?"
He's over here.
I don't have
Alright.
one.
So I assume that means you're not gonna just run.
Probably not.
Okay.
You guys are off the side. You're not here yet, but I'm just gonna put you guys over here. So I can.
So I'm now not. I have the gag is loose, but it's not gone yet. Correct?
Yes, it's basically dangling there, so you can still talk. It's like you're wearing a mask, almost.
Okay. Seeing that the two in front of me are very much so invisible. Well,
Yes.
not seeing the fact that they're there, if you will.
You assume you're talking to ghosts.
I am also going to cast invisibility.
Do you need access of your hands to do that?
It is vocal and gum and eyelash, so maybe.
Does it? If it's material, then you definitely don't have your materials on you.
Yep, it's probably not. Never mind then.
It's somatic.
Well,
is
because you
the
said
hand
they're
gestures,
just
right?
loose, they're not available.
Right, they're not fully available,
All right.
and you also don't have your material bag on you. They have your gear and stuff, but they left you with your instrument.
Did I see? How stupid of them. Did I see where they put the material bag at all?
Yes,
Do you know
it's
which
definitely over by this table. It's not
Okay.
far.
So so I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look in the general direction where I'm hearing voices. I'm gonna say the second the commotion starts, I gotta grab my bag. I need you to distract them from that table.
Pointing at.
I'm just gonna be like banging my head in the direction that I need you to go. I need you to pull them away from that table.
As you struggle slightly and jostle in a direction, you can see this female orc right here. And it goes back to doing whatever she was doing.
Can you do that?
No promises.
God damn it. I'm just moving you
This
to add
attack
you to the
is
turn.
a bit
That's all.
improv.
For some reason this all went away, so I have
Figure
to
out
remove
something.
it in again.
We're not at exactly full strength.
And he's gonna shrug.
Are we ready? Because I can do my...
What happened to walking off?
Sitting outside the camp, just being like, "Why is this taking so long?"
I love this comedy of errors being so far having.
Is Sophie armor's on the ground, right?
Yes.
How many pieces is it?
It's a single breastplate. He took off this major plate portion to his armor, and that was restricting most of his movement and creating most of the sound.
Can I carry it?
Yeah, it's not super heavy. It's a singular plate of the armor.
I'm gonna start chugging potions.
Enjoy your potions.
I'm so hurt.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you got one orc potion and one Felix brewed potion.
I'll take the orc one first. Minor potions are how much?
2d4 plus 2.
Oh boy. It's not terrible. I'll take it. I guess I'll drink Felix's as well. Same thing.
Alright. Invisibrew Tofi, which you don't know where he went, is just going over here. And there's this odd crackling sound. It's like this, and it resonates pretty loud, and then it becomes this scraping of almost like sounds of metal grinding against grinds and just ringing out. This orc immediately looks to his right, seeing this, and tries to like look over to the prisoner, confused, like, where's the sound coming from? This orc then looks over here, is looking at this one, looking at the prisoner. This guy turns around. Basically, everyone in this given area just turns to the sound and is utterly confused.
By the way, none of them have actually left the camp, correct?
No. I mean, the reconnaissance left, but none of these people have left.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure
Yeah, no. And then,
that any more weren't supposed to be leaving. Good to know.
Where's my other orcs? There they are. I need to put in
8.
this guy.
10.
Well, I just need to put him down for now, so that way I can put him to the initiative order. Because he pops out of this hearing the sound as well. Where did the turn
Invisible
order go?
hijinks
Oh,
ensue.
Where'd the turn order go? Okay, there it is.
The bullets, they ate it. They were off by a few feet.
Things immediately start to pick up very quickly. There's like maybe 18 seconds, 20 seconds pass, and all of a sudden you start hearing.
Here's a good question. Do
What?
they hear the noise from outside the camp?
No.
Okay.
But it's definitely picked up quite a bit, and after you start to hear that rumbling on the ground, there's this burst directly besides Tofi in several places. Where is my creature for this? There it is.
I thought they would be a lot bigger.
They are. It's just initially they're tiny. Don't worry about that.
I was about to say, we got a child this time.
Yeah, no. But these two bullets burst in through the ground, and we are in initiative. So, I need to put Emily in there as well. But top of the initiative order is definitely going to be Felix.
Felix undoes the ropes.
Okay, yeah, they just fall. Basically, just making sure that like, all of them fall off and everything like that. The bindings around your arms fall off, and you have full actions of your movement at this point. It's actually kind of nice because the restraints were very tight, so when they kind of come back, you can feel the blood go up to your hand and get that tingly sensation of like when your hand falls asleep.
Ooh.
Anything else you're doing, Felix?
No, not really.
Not really? Okay.
Just ready to protect the child.
Okay. Everyone that's up on the mountains, you can see and bear witness to these two bullets bursting up from the ground, kind of like cawing and looking around, and the orc's panicking. You are 150 feet away. What's your plan?
You said 150, right?
Yep. So it's going to take some time to move up there.
The archers on the tower, are they paying attention towards the middle of the camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
That needs to turn around.
Even though he only turned one.
150 feet.
Yeah, so it's going to take you a little bit of time to get up there. Unless you're doing some other magical nonsense.
Well, of course. That's what I'm thinking. Is it time for the cavalry?
I say wait a few seconds,
Oh,
but I don't
wait,
think so.
I have a
Who
feeling I know
has
what's
that
happening.
item?
I am going to burn the wild shape and turn into a warhorse.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
You turn into Horse Karis.
Horse Karis.
Horse
more
Karis.
horse Karis.
doesn't Jordan have the...
Ryder, I'm
does.
guessing you want to ride to Warden.
I look and I just can't help but like shake my head. I mean, like just look anxious to do it.
I'm a large creature, so I could probably carry 2 people. Maybe.
Yeah, if they were saddled like back to back, sure.
There's 4.
The others can
Including
run,
the horse
smile.
right now.
Technically 3, because I can get there on my own.
I said 4, including you.
So if 2 mount up, the other one
Okay.
has to run. The other one who can run, I assume would be. It's not
I
my
mean-
problem.
Who's left is me, Ryder,
Jordan has an
Sikaris,
item.
and Gopher, right?
Go
Yeah.
for it.
I say
I would like...
Ryder and Gopher should ride Aldous Run.
You're not there, Felix.
Okay.
I'll run 30 feet forward.
30 feet forwards.
Wait, with us on him, right?
Oh, I would
Oh.
assume.
Okay, good.
No,
Well, now
he
they're both
takes
on me
off.
already. Let's run the 60.
You two just stay in the air and then just fall to the ground.
Basically, this very first initial point, your action will just be to get onto the horse, essentially. Or your movement for that turn would just be to get onto the horse. So it's... How far do you have when you travel as a warhorse?
I have a speed of 60 feet.
Okay, so you can move... You're still off the screen, but you have these 2 with you now.
Very good.
I'm gonna put you up there because you're closer, but you're still 100, you're still 90 feet away. As you start clopping down the road, you can see that these 2 can easily see and witness you, and are extremely worried and not sure what to essentially do. That's your turn, yeah?
Yep.
All right. We go over to this female orc
Who has a face full of bullet.
who has a face full of bullets and will immediately just crack the whip and bring down a blade on top of it. So we'll make 2 attacks. Both suck. You can see as the whip comes crashing down, it completely just hits the plate and reverberates sound. The blade, when it comes down, gets it right on top, and you can almost see this crude blade bend as the plate itself is just blocking this weapon. With that, you can
Wait,
see
the blade or the whip?
the blade. The whip just bounced off. The blade itself is like bent, but you can see that this woman, her skin starts to tense, and the given area starts to kind of like heat up almost, and she lets out this vicious cry in anger. Just this. And the area around her gets extremely hot. Tofi suffers a little bit of some damage. The bullets do as well. As you can see, the ground, some of the rocks turn to this red, hot, burning sensation, and it just starts to emulate heat. A second entity... Oh, okay, it did paste it. is...
So wait, did we take damage over here by the pool?
No, it's only reaching out a 10-foot area. So it just barely misses the child over there.
The child.
The child.
Yeah, I miscounted a row.
Yes. Sprinting out, there is the other two. Especially from the scream, you can hear these ones kind of like wake up. This one and wakes up in this tent and comes running out. That was its entire turn, though, to do that. This one is going to crack the whip twice at this bullet. First one will hit, because the other one sucked. For not a lot of damage.
I didn't expect that from a whip. I expected it to do so much damage.
That is its turn. Rex.
I'll follow behind.
Alright, so action to sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're basically up beside the horse. Still semi-far away.
Wait, that's me. You have to back upwards.
Yeah, why I'm so big.
I did get that backwards. Problem solved.
Rex into
Yes.
a horse.
Yeah, like I just look at the map. I'm like, why I'm so big?
Problem solved.
For my
Okay.
next turn.
These two, seeing the bullets in here, seeing the group, they're gonna go over here and take pot shots at your group.
What a dumb move.
With their range, they can hit or attempt to hit you. They're both gonna fire at the warhorse. Yeah,
Can I block it? Try to block.
that's not a thing. You also used your action, so you don't have a reaction that could do that, theoretically.
Would I have partial cover from the two people on my back?
You're heading towards them. If anything, they have partial cover because of you.
Nice.
You, Lynn?
What's your AC?
11.
Okay, yeah, these
I'm an
both
unarmed fucking horse.
definitely hit. 27 and 23 to hit. Not 27,
Oh,
21.
yeah, that'll-
21. I misspoke there. I added the
Control
7
yourself.
to the 14. Light crossbows. Low rolls though, so you only suffer 17 points of piercing damage as these two shots right into one of
Low
your
rolls.
legs, and it just scrapes the leg a little bit, while the other one gets you straight across like the collarbone.
Do we lose the warhorse?
Nope. I mean, one more hit from anything will do it.
Does the warhorse have 1 HP?
I have 2, I'll have you know.
So you could get lucky.
Could. Not that you are, but could. This one goes over to here. I need to make a few of them as well, because in total, this one comes
I
out.
will admit, I would love to see the comedic story effect of Zacchaeus turning back into Zacchaeus.
It would
With
tumble.
two-
It would just be
with-
3 people plastered onto the ground.
Exactly.
So these 3 come out of tents. This one was standing at the front of it. He puts out the quarterstaff and starts to like point it directly towards this bullet creature directly in front of him. And he's casting what is it called again? He's casting this small cylindrical orb of fire, kind of forms directly over it, and just slams down at the bullet. Yeah, because its flaming sphere takes up 10 feet, I believe, right? 5
no, I
foot
think-
diameter, so it's just a singular
Yeah.
space of fire, which is
Yeah, it
perfect.
affects a 10-foot radius with its stuff.
Great, then we'll just do this. Take that. And that requires a dexterity saving throw. Believe it or not, bullets, not the most dexterous.
Why are they so fast?
Because they can dig. They can burrow fast. That is going to definitely fail. So then it is some damage. All right. You can see the bullet kind of like rear its head back a little bit, being slammed by this flaming sphere. This one over here is going to cast a very unfortunate spell that's going to suck up. Where is it? S. Spike growth. Where's the size of that damn radius?
I think that might be... What book do you have, Tyler?
Oh, no, there it is. It is 20-foot radius. So that's going to suck up a very large area. Objects. Draw shape. This is just going to be lined. Shit, I wish I could do circles on here, but I can't. I'll do freehand instead. So targeted from here. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Can you not do squares?
That's generally the space. I could do squares, but I'd have to put down like 16 squares. I'm just doing a circle to show the spike growth as several of these bladed, jagged, rocky terrain kind of explode upwards in a jagged point. And that's all that one does. This one over here is just going to throw out a singular cast, and you can see the blade, the quarterstaff itself grows in length and gets this green hue. The other one is going to cast this one right here. I'm putting more dots. This one right here goes and speaks a word in Orcish, and you can see, after getting a little bit closer, wounds from this orc are clearing up a little bit. I just realized
I see Tofi finally showing up on the initiative.
Oh yeah. There's quite a lot. All right. We go over to these people. There are quite a few of them. I added a turn to them. That's fine. I'll remove that later. Copy. Paste as they start running out, taking up most of their turns to run up to them. Oh, actually, they'd stay behind the spike growth. Actually, that one was already there. It was this one, right? No, that one was there as well. This one's over here. Okay, so 3 came from in there. 2 came from here. Oh, that one was there as well. So this is the second one there. And that's all that they can realistically do. This one will take 2 swings at this bullet, though. Both suck incredibly with an 11 and 10. So that's their turn. We go over to... All right. Post, you're up.
It looks like I can't get to my table anymore with the spikes.
You could go around them to get to around here, and you'd be able to reach it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna move. Can I move my character?
Yep, you can move it. Just click and then drag it.
I thought it's not working. What button am I missing?
Are you on the? Are you on the pointer tool on the top left?
Yep.
Maybe one of your settings doesn't work.
I'll fix it, but I'll move over. Yes, I'm gonna go over to the table and grab my components bag.
Okay.
And then I want to cast Shatter. I'm gonna cast Shatter. I'm gonna do it right in the middle of the. Can you see me clicking?
You have to hold down the point.
Hold down.
There we go, right there.
All right. Yep. Absolutely.
Actually, I'm gonna cast it right here. So, no, that'll hit him. I'll do it right here.
All right. So yeah,
So
right
those
here
are Constitution saving throws.
on those 5. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Natural 20 on the first. 21 on the second.
Mm-hmm.
What's your save, DC?
14.
Okay, both of these 2 fail. And last one just barely passes with a 14. So
How many uses did I have from when the first bullet fight of my glove?
you only used 2 charges.
2, so I have 5.
So this one failed, this one failed, and these 3 on the outside passed. So,
The 3d8 halved for a lot of those.
yes.
Low roll. So 11 points damage to the 2 that failed, and then it would be 5
Okay.
points of damage to the outside ones.
Gotcha. Okay, so as you slide up, grabbing out from your materials pouch, you're looking very carefully, trying to find a certain components. You pull them out, and you just whisper these words of incantation, and this loud, ringing sound begins to emanate in that point. All of the ones that are around there just start to put their hands up to their ears, but the ones that don't get their hands up fast enough, they just start to like fall to their knees and just completely collapse over with pain. Still standing, but they stand back up. I need to make concentration checks on Shalayla's concentration too, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I need to make 3 concentration checks. 1 passes, the Shalayla fails, and the last one also passes. Okay, so sphere stays up. Oh, this one actually didn't even have one up, so the sphere stays up, but the Shalayla fails. Okay. You still have a bonus action on your turn if you had anything else you wanted to do.
Don't think I have anything that's a bonus action, so I'm going to. Did I use up all my movement?
You did, yes.
I did, so I'm just going to stay there.
Okay. Once we get through one turn of the initiative, we'll call this an episode. So, bullets immediately retaliating against some of these orcs. This one takes a massive bite to the orcish woman there. All right. As it bites in, you can see this like enraged form like resist some of the bite itself and just scrape the skin, but it gets right across her abdomen and just pulls, cutting along the sides. Definitely injuring it pretty substantially. Ooh, way more substantially than it did to them. Dealing 26 points of piercing damage halved, so 13. That's that bullet. This bullet is going to with the current circumstances, is going to do a standing leap. So skipping over the spike growth and landing over here. These two need to make dexterity saving throws. The one that put down, that one that ran out here with his shield is trampled, and this one just barely dodges out of the way. The one that's trampled suffers a significant amount of slashing and piercing damage as the jagged plates of metal, like carapace, just stab downwards into this creature. Yeah. Still really hurt, but just barely standing. Well, he's now also knocked prone. That is the bullet's turns. Ryder.
Can't really do anything because I'm on asparagus. Can I actually, since Rex is like next to us, can I just give him the horseshoe, or can I drop it in front of him, then he picks it up?
Yeah, you can do that. You can hand it to him.
Require attunement?
I think it
No.
requires attunement.
No,
Oh.
it's not. You don't have to attune to it.
Yeah, Centaurian horsepower?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And also, I don't really know how to use it.
I mean,
You just put it on.
you've seen it been used.
Have I?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
everyone has. We use it. I use it against the robot too.
Have
Yeah.
I?
Yes, everyone has seen this thing get used.
So I give it to Rex and I'd be like, use it if you want. And I guess I'll just wait. I guess can't really do anything. I guess I'll hold my action if asparagus gets close to an enemy. I'll stab at him with the rapier.
Okay, you're 90
Yes.
feet away, so...
Oh, I don't have anything.
We're fine.
Yeah, I'll just hold my action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tofi is not in a fairly good place. So what he's going to do is...
Wait, is it the beginning of the initiative?
No, the Tofi is nearly last. Next
I'm
to
half
Gopher.
of the
How is
initiative.
that?
Gopher is definitely last with his 2. Where? Okay. What Tofi is going to do is cast. No, because it's going to break his invisibility. But moving is going to hurt. Tofi will do nothing to spare his damn life. Gopher.
Gopher will hold his action too.
Gopher will hold his action too as well? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes it to the top of the initiative order. We're going to take a break here. We are shortening our episodes to make them a little bit more digestible for the people who want to watch them. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in for this episode, and we're going to see you again on another Misrolled Adventure.
Bye.